Moving on to the second half of the press conference, joined by the home team coach, Mr. Molefi Ntseki, Kaizer Chiefs. Coach, maybe we can just start with a summary of the 90 minutes.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Very disappointed. I think the overall sum up of the game was not what we wanted and what we planned. But I think the less said about the first half, the better. But when it comes to the second half, I think we applied ourselves very well. We were a bit more aggressive without the ball. We were a bit confident on the ball. There was movement of the ball that created some opportunities. But I think the best opportunity was us carrying the ball and keeping the ball and securing the ball. That led to the goal. And when you look at how we wanted to close the game down, being aware that there's 6 minutes added, the unfortunate part for us was not kicking the ball out to bring in players to close down the game. And then we gave away a goal at the wrong time. And that goal, I think it is a goal that we never wanted to give away because we are fully aware that playing a first leg and a second leg, the goal at home puts you in a very difficult position. So in us leading and not conceding, it was actually what we planned for. So I think the disappointment is not only from the players, from the technical team, the disappointment also comes from the general public that are Kaizer Chiefs supporters.
Thank you, Coach. Let's take questions from the floor once more. We've got 10 minutes. The 10 minutes starts now. We'll take questions. Let's go to Karao. I'm looking for new hands first so that you know where I fail. No, no, new hands. Good evening, Coach Karao from Supersport. Coach, I think you said the less said about the first half, the better. But why is that? I mean, we looked at stats, with my colleagues and outplayed, outpassed, outclassed in certain areas of the pitch. Why is that? How can you fix that? Because I think you know much better than I do in regards to the greatness of the club that you're representing as a coach. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the first half, the plan was never to give them possession. Um, when you talk of being outclassed and being outplayed, I think it was just possession. Possession that did not hurt us that much. I think in the first half, as much as they had more possession, they only had 2 shots at goals. As much as we did not have shots at goals, which was a very big concern. But when you look at the turnovers, we had so many turnovers that we were able to head Sundowns going forward. But we were rushing those moments. When we were to give a second pass or a second touch, we were rushing going forward. So I think that also created a bit of lack of confidence in our players because obviously we're fully aware. They come with a block in possession, they press as a block out of possession, but obviously the weaknesses will always be on the sides. And the plan was to have quick combinations after regaining possession and also changing the point of attack. And I think the biggest challenge was us whenever we regain possession, not having those options or not playing into those options. Instead, we wanted to dribble through, we wanted to carry the ball, and as a result, we're giving the possession away again.
Towards the CIFA post.
Good evening, coach. What was the thinking behind the starting Zita on the right as opposed to the Fossa? And then secondly, your impressions on Gonzalez?
Look, I think since Zita came in for Reef at right back, we never conceded anything. The past 2 games we played, and I think you also build a confidence in your players. If you had a good game, you build from a good game. And I think Reef was out for a reason, and then he came back, and then he played very well last week. But the plan was to have Zita and Shanti in closing down the attack from Sundowns and also going on attack after regaining possession. So I think Zita did well. And then we brought Reef also to help him because we are aware that Sundowns is overloading the side of Zita. So Reef as a right back, the plan was to keep our lead and also to help Zita, especially with them overloading on their left, on our right. As for Gonzalez, I think it's the same thing with Edson. We are still working very hard for him to understand the league, to understand the opponents, and also to understand our tactical approach. It becomes very difficult when you bring in a player and you never had any precision with that player. And now he is asked to hit the ground running. And hitting the ground running, there's no ground. So what is important is for us to create that ground and also make him understand his qualities and those of his teammates.
Kamukelo, YFM. Coach Kamukelo Mukhale from YFM. Coach, now that there are players that have not been selected for the final 23 for the national team, would you say that it's a blessing in disguise for lack of a better way so that you continue, with the momentum in driving the results for the team?
I think since we started with our first game, we have been playing back-to-back matches. And in this case, it becomes a bit of a challenge on the physical side of the players because you play back-to-back and also you have to recover on time to be ready for the next game. And I think the game we played last week, it was a high-intensity game, and we had to dig deep to win that game. So I think the FIFA break is coming at the right time for our players also to work with them on the tactical part of the game, and also to give them some break in terms of the physical demands that were put on them in winning those games. So I think it is coming at the right time, and we will be able to continue working, we'll be able to continue bringing about that tactical understanding and tactical cohesion in our team.
Thank you. Coach, you say you're disappointed with this match that it went and finished in a draw 1-1. But on the brighter side is that you have not lost a game out of the three that you've played, including this one today. What are the positives that you're taking out of that situation? That despite having come here as and expected to lose drastically to Sundown, and you got to get a draw, and you haven't lost the match in the first place.
Look, our plan playing at home obviously was to win the game. And we can't be celebrating a draw because we are fully aware that it's a cup game. And every moment you have on the ball, every moment you manage to score goals, it's a moment to celebrate at the end of the game. So we were looking forward to win this one so that we can go into the second leg with confidence in terms of how we play. So a disappointment comes out to be a setback, but the setback, you have to overcome the setback. And in overcoming the setback are the lessons we learned in the game we played against them in the league, and also the lessons that we learned today playing against them in a cup game. But I still believe and feel that we can do better, and we should not be carried away by saying we draw and then it's okay. It's not okay. The plan was for us to win this game because I think we have done the necessary analysis. And if we were to play one half, which happened to be the second half, we could have won this game.
Umani from Teta FM. Good evening, everyone. Hard luck, coach, on the door today. Coach, your team haven't been creating enough chances, but somehow your team manages to score. Maybe you said something about having to score goals and defending goals in this game, but we didn't see that happen. You're getting the goals, but there's no creativity. We don't see the creativity, but the goals are coming. We've scored 6 goals now, if I'm counting correctly. What is it that's missing for you to maybe create more and score more goals? Because we can see the team is scoring goals. It's not like you're not scoring goals, but there's no creativity.
Yeah, creativity comes with connectedness. You need to be connected. The distances are very important. The confidence on the ball, the movement of the ball, it's what creates a possession and makes a team to be connected. Like I said, the first half we did not have that, and when you don't have that, it means it will be difficult to create more scoring opportunities. And I think with the possession we had leading to the goal, and thereafter we could see that we are now opening the game. We are now making very good combinations. And if you play more of a deep block, and then when you win possession, you don't combine going forward, That's how you end up losing the ball. That's how you end up not creating chances. But I think what happened is in the second half, we pressed them high, and as a result, they also had to drop deep. And in them dropping deep, they created space for us to make those combinations. And I think in our fullbacks now going a bit higher so that they can help whenever we are in possession, it was better that way. Yes, we were not creating too many because of the very same point to say you can't be coming from deep with a long ball hoping for your front players to run at opponents when the opponents are applying a very deep block.
Okay, we are now taking the last question. I was looking for new hands, but in that case, we'll go to Katlego. Other questions, coach.
How are you, Katlego from the Citizen? Coach, from a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say you are with this team in terms of the direction you're taking them and which areas of concern still to
Winning games, it gives you an edge, it gives you confidence, it gives you courage. And that's exactly what we're getting from the players. Even though we do not have a good game, but the fact of the matter is the cohesion, the technical understanding is there. There is progression. We're taking every game, every training session step by step. I think with all the questions that were asked today, we have them. We'll be taking them to the training and start working on it. So it is not going to be a 50%, 100%, or 80%. And I think the good thing about it is that we're becoming better and better every game we play. We're getting better and better every training session we have because the objectives are very clear. In our training sessions, we drive the objectives. In the game, we drive the objectives. If things don't work out for you, what makes it not to work out for you, and what can you improve on? And I think the technical team and the players, they are very much focused in terms of getting things right and having to enjoy being on the pitch. And having to enjoy being on the pitch, it means scoring goals and not conceding goals. And I think we are on the right track.
able to rate it on a scale or that they have in terms of
I think if I have to rate it, I will be very unfair to the team itself because numbers don't really tell you what is actually happening. And I think the positiveness that I want to give to the players and to the supporters is that it's work in progress. And the players not having lost the past three games and scoring in the past three games, something positive coming out of it. And we are also looking into the positive. The negatives might be questions that have to be where we have to provide answers and football solutions. So today we had too many questions in the first half. We do not have answers in terms of our football solutions. But when we came out of the dressing room in the second half, we provided football solutions, and football solutions led to a goal that we scored.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to end it here, coach. Thank you.
Thank you very much.